Hello everybody, I hope you're well. Another week, another roof. We're going to get into that very soon. First off, a big thank you to Ekster for sponsoring this video. A bit more about them a little bit later on. However, if you're already aware of them and the wallets that they do, and you fancy getting your hands on one for as little as $1.99, follow the link in the description to this video and it'll explain everything you need to do to take part in a bit of a raffle that we've got going on, with every single penny going into a pot that then gets spent on toys for kids that find themselves at Birmingham's Children's Hospital this coming Christmas. And if you're watching this on the day that it was posted, you've only got 7 days left to enter. So get over there after this video, of course, you know what I mean, and take part, and good luck. Right then, so what is to come in this video? Well, we're back to the weather. We've got a lot of snow to come. We've had a lot of rain, as I'm sure you have as well. And Rich and Corby are focusing our main attentions on the roof at the far side of the house over the garage, getting a new roof on there. They've got to make way for a new boiler that's going in, so they've got a bit, that's not straightforward, they've got a bit of work to do with that. And then Matt is going to be at the rear of the property, externally insulating it, so we'll go through that as well. So yes, let's crack straight onto it then. So over to Richard and building that roof.
Hang on, mate, hang on. So you would have seen us messing about a little bit over here. The reason being was, if you remember from previous episodes, this main roof is 34 degrees, or so we thought, but we hadn't messed with the back roof at all, we'd only done the front. It appears that the back is more like 33, not 34. You would have seen, or possibly on the time lapse, what I did was I got my square and marked my plumb cut on here, 34 degrees. I then got my little torpedo level out and put it on that line, and that then tells me if my plumb cut is indeed plumb. And 34 degrees, you then saw me and Corby pick the rafter up like that to try and get the level, and we ended up being about 30 mm above the roof at the top, which is clearly wrong. We then realised that the wall plate on top of the wall, what could be happening is when we were lifting this up and down, we were pulling the wall plate, because it's only on compo. So what we've now done is we've put it back to the face of the wall again, where it should be, the outer face, and we put a concrete fixing in, so that end can't move anymore. The plumb cut looks lovely. We've now established this is 33 degrees by putting a level line, on this, And then we got our profile, one of Adam's profiles, put it on the top of here, and then iron through the line of the roof on top of that, because it's got tiles on. I've talked about it before, it'd be easier if we could just rip the lot off and I could line it all through lovely. I'd put string lines through, it'd all be great. But we haven't got that option, so we have to do something else, which is what we're doing. So we've paralleled this to the tiles now, so it all looks like it should do. And we've then put another level line on here, and I've readjusted my square, and it's 33 degrees. So we're happy with that, bang on, 33 degrees. This looks good. Now what we're going to do is we're now going to find out where our ridge is hit. And the reason we can't just go ahead like we would do and measure our run and get the roofing square out is because we haven't got a wall plate this end, or at least we haven't got one at the same level as that one. So this is what I'm going to do. I know that conversations with the customer, they want the top of the roof to dissect through this point, through here, like that. So this point here is actually the top of the roof. And then when we put the, when we finish with the roof, as you can see, there's already a considerable overhang on that, and they want to maintain that if they can. So I'll reuse the existing ceiling joists, unless of course they get in the way of the set out of my roof, which is 450 centres, then I'll have to change them. So what I've decided to do, which you'll see in a minute, I'm going to put my timber on the top of this, which is now my top of my roof, that line there, because I've put a fixed timber underneath this at the back. I'm going to run it up here. I've just marked on this timber a 33 degree plumb cut on the side of this timber, which you can see there. I'm going to sit this timber on top of there, lift it up in the air, and then check my torpedo level, get it out, check that plumb cut. When it's plumb, I can screw it to this one, and that is then the top point of our roof, because anyway, I'm just going to show you. Should we do it, Corb? I'm just going to show. I've been told off again for talking too much. Well, how can I explain something like this if I don't talk? So let's just get on with it. Okay, so Corb, put that on top of that timber now we've just put on top. That's it. And then put ourselves sort of parallel to the building again. So you need to come out a bit, mate. Out. Out a bit more. Okay, there. Right then, Corb, have you got that a sec?
Yep.
I'll take some of the weight for you if I can. So I'll just check my plumb cut there now, so that's got to come down. Come down. I thought we'd gone miles high. And a bit more, hang on, sorry, I mean the torpedo level. Luckily this one, Corb, is cupped the other way so I can hold my level properly. Okay, down, oops, sorry, a bit too far. Oh, day one, week one. Let's try that. That is lovely there, look. Beautiful. So that now, that 33 degrees off my roofing square is bang on plumb. So I know this timber is perfectly straight as well, which is important. You've got to excuse this wire if it's in the middle of the screen. I know it's annoying, but I can't do nothing about it. So that's now plumb. I now know, if I mark it again, so that point there now is ultimately the centre of my roof. So I don't know if you can see that on the screen. I'll move the camera in a minute and show you. That point there now is the centre of my roof, which is the centre of my ridge. So when my ridge goes on there, which is a 9x2, the centre of the 9x2 will be where this one dissects this one. And then we can cut the work out now. You just step to your left a sec, Corb. We can now work out what we've got from here. In fact, we can do that a bit simpler, can't we, Corb? We can use our piece that we made up before. This is the one that we use as a bit of a mock-up for the front. So what I can do now, because I know this is my top, and this is a 7x2 rafter, If I'll put that on there like that, just thinking about it, that'll work. I can level that through like that, and I can now measure from here up to there to get, once I've got this level, to get my height of my wall. Yes, I can indeed. Right then, let's sort this out. Now we're happy with that, I can work out what the actual rafter length is on the back by minusing half the thickness of 9x2 from the that centre what we've created, and then I can work this out, and then we can start setting out all of our wall along here, which is going to carry the roof. Oops, broke my drill. So we already established that this part here now is top of my rafter, and you can now see, and even more so with our mock rafter that we've dropped onto there, I've levelled up from this point, which is outside of my wall, up to there. I've then lined up this plumb cut with here. So I now know that this is where I need my rafter bird's mouth to be. Measure up there now, put my glasses on so I can see. And that gives me 446, I'm going to say. I did put 5 there, didn't I? That's right, this is take 2. 446, because I had to change my plan. 446. Now what we're going to do, you're aware that we've been using the C24 4x2 for a lot of different stuff on this job. We're going to use the same again on top of this, what is now a really, really good structure. I'm happy with the structure. So we've got the 4x3, as you know, already screwed and fixed to the existing flat roof rafters. We're then going to put blocking underneath it, which we haven't done yet. We've then put a 6x2 on to orientate ourselves, to get ourselves parallel with a back wall plate. And we're now going to build this entire wall now 4x2. So 4x2 base, uprights, double top plate in 4x2. We set ourselves up a little bit of a platform, as you can see, just to Corby's left there. Get the trusses up, bit of sheet of ply, and now we're going to cut and make up this wall. Now I'm aware that that side behind Corby is, we've still got wasps. It's middle of November and there's wasps everywhere still. We spent the whole job doing this. Of course, Corby, being where he's from Australia, is used to things getting close to him that can kill you. They can't here, unless of course you're allergic. But yes, so Corby's been quite, you know, we had a bit of a joke earlier. I picked up a spider and I went, you can't do this in your country, can you? Anyway, that's just our little joke. I thought I was funny. He didn't find it funny at all. So we're going to make up our ladder frame now, I'm going to call it. On here, I am aware though that that end is slightly higher than this end. So I'm going to have to work that out, exactly what that's going to be. And then I'm not going to do it in a complete on the bench ladder frame, because if it was level, I could do it like that, would be fine. But because it isn't, I won't. So we're going to get our length, cut our length of our base rails and our header plates, our double top plate, and then work out our uprights. 446 being this end, minus the thickness of 3 of those timbers. That's what we're going to do now. And then what we'll do for extra strength to stop it racking is we'll put a piece of 3/4 OSB, because I'm clearly upsetting people by saying ply. Does it matter, really? Anyway, 3/4 19mm OSB orientated strand board on the back of here to stop it racking over, and I'm happy with that. And then we will be putting collar ties then on top of this wall, tied in to the back of the roof, so it'll all be nice and tight. And then we maybe even put some straps, bit of a summer beam in. Anyway, we'll talk about that further on in the episode, or maybe even when we've completed this, if it's next episode. Right then, let's crack on with our wall, and we'll talk about stuff further in a minute.
Right, another day, another task, another roof, I suppose. You just saw the time lapse. Just didn't quite get that ridging on the time lapse, but it's all been done before, isn't it, on the channel. But there we have it. So you can see now the shape of the roof, how it follows the line of the rear, and then comes down there like that. So what's next, Rich?
Start infilling all of our all of the rafters. The only thing we got with this one is because we've got this little, I call it an ashlar wall. It's not. It's basically a wall that's going to take structure. We've had to obviously bird's mouth and work out, which I've already talked about, where it's all going. And then if you look to your left, that will sit on there like that. That'll cut through down there, and then we'll put a framework back in again to mimic these flat roof rafts that are already there. So there's this roof oversails again, but it'll be done better because I'm doing it. Just like blowing on trumpets. That's me blowing my own trumpet.
Beautiful. You should see him really try blowing his own trumpet when he's drunk on a Friday night. That's we won't go into that.
I know Mrs. Wood.
Right then, yeah, was it time lapse now and put it on? Is that?
Yes, mate, I'm just going to, all I've got to do is on the back is a little bit slower because as you can see it's all covered, and at the moment unfortunately we're having a boiler fitted in that corner, so I've got to be careful what I'm doing over the top of there. We would just have to pull the plastic back and infill to suit our rafter centres, because we have got 2 velluxes going there, so I've got to set those out, obviously double rafters and things, but I'm very conscious of the fact you can't load one side of the roof, because what happens is you put this on. If I was to put all these in, the ridge will do that, and there's no way then you're going to put these back on in the same place. So I'm trying to get one done to keep this ridge nice and straight.
I was going to ask that. You said there's 2 roof windows here.
Yes.
Because isn't there 5 going down here or something?
I think so, but
I think
position-wise, it's very much a I don't know yet. And we have had confirmation when the roofers are starting. They're starting a week today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so this will be stripped off. They're going to start from this end, work right to left, because I say it's easier to work from right to left. So I'm going to get this done, weather permitting, fingers crossed. Work right to left all the way through. All this will be stripped, and then it'll all be lathed and felted all the way through. As you can see, we have 2 chimneys now. The furthest one away, the one that looks like it's been done properly, we have a log burner in the house now. So
Beautiful.
the customer now has some heat.
Excellent. Well, that's going to come in handy, isn't it?
It is this time of year.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden they've had nothing, then they've had a log burner fitted last week, and they're having the boiler fitted for the heating today. So
Yeah.
they're going to get heat, double heat in every many weeks.
It's a good job I've got no windows, so they'll be too hot, wouldn't they? Right, and we'll set the time lapse up then, and then yeah, we'll see how far we get. But before we do that, and whilst it's raining, there's no better time to talk about this week's sponsor, Ekster. They do some really cool wallets and card holders, so much so that they have helped me condense this absolute beast of a wallet into this beautiful card holder. Look at that, everything I need is in there. Holds up to 12 cards, available in 14 different colours, but wait for it. Oh, you've got to be happy with that. Tell me that is not the perfect Christmas gift. Excellent. Now, the link to their website is, of course, in the description. Everything you need to know is in there, but I'll put it on screen now as well as the promo code. Now, there's a 50% off Black Friday deal at the moment, but they've also given us an additional discount to pass on to you. So put in this promo code here, builders, at checkout, and then just go for gold and get all your Christmas shopping done early. But let me just talk to you about one more thing about what Ekster do. They claim to be the world's first trackable wallet, and I tell you something, it is quite impressive, because within this is a little tracker that you can get for your wallets. Now, me personally, my son, he's just started big school, so I've got him one of these wallets. I don't want him a big bulky thing. It's a nice slimline wallet like that. It's his very first one. He's got his own little bank card now. What I've also got him is this tracker. Bit of peace of mind for a parent. Now, for me personally, I use mine just to find a thing because I'm getting old. But not only does your app on the phone help you find your wallet, it also helps find your phone, which is something which I lose quite often, so they work hand in hand. So thank you to Ekster very much for sponsoring this channel. As I say, everything you need to know is in the description to this video. 50% off Black Friday deal. I think it's only open for another couple of days. I'll put the dates on screen now. But as I say, they've also given us an additional discount to pass on to you. So get in there early, get a good deal, get your Christmas presents sorted. Right then, back onto the roof.
Well, as beautiful as it is, it's such a hindrance. I'm not a fan of the snow because it just stops everything. The last time that you would have seen, you would have caught us just doing the roof, and I'll show you progress in a moment because we're further on than that, because it started to rain, and that was 2 days ago. Yesterday was completely snowed out. I couldn't even get out of my road yesterday because the country shuts down when we have an inch of snow. Regardless of that, we're here today and we're going to try and crack on. So let's have a look at the progress from 2 days ago, and I'll tell you what we're going to be up to next. So the roof is fully snow covered, so we're going to have to dig ourselves out first. We're going to have to take off all this plastic here to expose the wall plate again, and also make it safer for us to work. You can see that there's obviously more rafters on. We managed to get on the front all bar 3, not including the ladder frame on there. And the back, we have got to put 2 in there, 1 in there, and then put a couple of doubles in as well for the veluxes. So that's today's plan. Today's plan will majority be making sure the back is complete, including the ladder frame, and all the tiles cut off ready for fascia, just so we can temporarily lath and felt it to try and stop some of the water going in and getting into the, potentially should I say, it's not at the moment, getting into the room where the fuse board is and the new boiler over there. So let's just crack on with that. So other than this last rafter here, we are done, being left out currently for access. We stopped the time lapse because we were running out of time a little bit, as we were just wanted to crack on, and we ended up going for lunch and then just turn it back on. So what you will see is we have now put all of our doubles in. We put the last rafter in, which I've put at 450 centre, not centre of the hole, because it'll carry my 450 centres over. I've done my doubles, top and bottom of my windows. They just need to be jiffy hangered when we get them. We just need some long leg 4-inch jiffy hangers now, 4 of those to put those on. And we've just completed our ladder frame, which I'm really pleased about. That's all on there now. all the way down there. And then the idea is the insulation goes, that stuff down there goes on the side there, comes up to the underside of this, and then we'll infill this again like we did on the two front gables with a timber frame directly off the brick wall across here. But for now, we're going to stop and we're going to temporary lath and felt this back in just to protect this back elevation a little bit more, due to, I've already said, because you've got the few consumer unit there and we've got the new boiler over there. There's no water got in yet and I want to keep it that way. So we're going to crack on and do that, and then we will see you in the morning. That bit of time lapse starts our new week at the bungalow build. I'll talk you through quickly what I'm doing and what the plans are and what it's going to look like when it's finished. Well, as you can see, if you've been watching the channel so far, you'll know that this was a bit of a temporary ceiling here for us to stand on, and it was up lowered with this here. What we've done now is removed all that, removed all the framework, and what's happening now is we put a dwarf wall, very similar to this one, which carries a roof. However, this one is just literally to section off this bit of ceiling, and then you can see the roof lights there now. Look, that bit of wall there you can't see from this angle, sits just inside the top of these roof windows, which is why we set it out that way. I'm going to put a stud work all the way up now, put a top rail across the rafters there, build this wall in all the way across, and then our collar ties, 3 of which are going to go to this level, which I've already talked about, and 3 over there, and then the remainder going higher to allow storage in this area here. I'm going to then utilise the underside of that collar tie, will be supported by the dwarf wall, either screwed into an upright or whatever, and then we'll form the ceiling also as well, dual roll in that area down there, which is the sort of walk through from the garage, you know, the utility, that kind of area there. So that's the plan. So next bit of time lapse will be me just putting some timber in here, and I may even get a chance to pop inside and see what Matt and Corby are doing, because they're inside with the customer, so I can't film that, but I may be able to show you progress inside shortly.
Another roof built, beautiful. Well done, Richard, well done, Corby. And there's a boiler installed as well. It's going great guns by the look of it. That's an oil burning boiler, if that's what they're called. Ooh, have a quick warm up before I go around to where the scaffold is now for the roofers. So they've really got no excuse now. So they've got green lights, come on, please turn up, please give these customers a roof that they deserve, ready for Christmas. It's got it all watertight for them. But the real reason why I'm around here, in what is the only place on this entire plot of land that doesn't get any sun at all, and what the week that we've had, well done Matt for persevering and getting this very nearly completed, is this external wall insulation. This is the only wall of the building, I should say, that hasn't been affected by any building. So there's no insulation well, there wasn't. It's not a 9-inch solid wall, but I reluctantly call it a cavity. It's more of a gap of about 20 or 30 mil. So as I say, no insulation, and that is just a big heat vacuum straight out. So the customer has opted to have this external insulation, and you can't blame him. And Matt has been round here and he's got it all on, very, very nearly at least. Now, Matt and Richard, earlier on in the year, went to Belfast and went on the official K-Rend course. And if K-Rend give us the all clear, once they see the video to release it, we're going to post it. As I say, Matt and Richard went over there for a couple of days, did the course, went to the quarry where it all gets mined from, went to see what different types of render there is for what different types of application, depending on maybe where you are, the coastal areas, what can we use in different environments, that kind of thing. Things that knowledge is power, as they say. So it's not just a case of you buy the render, you put it on. There's all different factors to take into account, therefore different renders to help you out. So you've got to know what you're doing. It's not just about getting it on there, you've got to know what stuff to get on there in the first place. So there we go. So hopefully that video will be posted before Christmas. Right then, let's get on the scaffold and let's see what's gone on up there. Blue skies, green fields, beautiful sunset. Hard to believe that this video was filmed over the course of 7 days, but it was, I promise you. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. And because of the snow, it's obviously been and gone now, and Storm Bert, that battered us, as it probably has you as well, couldn't film a lot of this towards the end. So Rich and Corby got it built, got it covered, and yeah, so apologies for that, but as you can imagine, it was a bit more important that the customer, we try and keep the customer as dry as possible, rather than document it all. Rich and Corby have been round, done all the structure, done a bit of block work there, done all the structure for the fascias and soffits ready to go on. Basically returned all the rafters back into the building. So it's 100% ready to be handed over to the roofers, which hopefully are coming very, very soon. Oh, there's a towel there. Well, we haven't thrown it in, honest. Not yet anyway. We're still going. When the roofers do come, Rich needs to be here, or I say they need to be here at the same time. So if there's any structure that needs to be put into these valleys or anything like that, ready for them, we can be here to do that. So it's all just ticks along nicely. But there we have it. And just to give you a bit of a snapshot as to upcoming videos, and because of the weather, I'm not too sure when the new one from here is going to be. However, this roof, the hipped one, has started, as you can see. So yeah, so make sure you subscribe so you get notified that when that video comes out, because this is going to be a step-by-step guide to this. I've already filmed the wall plates, all that going on, what they are, how you install that sort of thing, and we're filming this, and as I say, step-by-step guide. It might even be a few videos, might even be daily, don't know, from start to finish, and how it's all done. But there we have it, because it's a bit of an odd one as well. It's not a straightforward hip roof, if there is such a thing. Right then, that's it, the end of the video, which is a shame really, because the longer I film, the longer I haven't got to do anything, but it's about time to put the camera down and give these fellas a hand. Massive thank you to Ekster once again for your support with the channel. Don't forget to follow the link in the description for this video in order for you to win one of their wallets. But if you just want to go out and buy one, then follow the link again in the description. It'll take you straight through to their website. You're going to see all their stuff and you'll get that discount that they've given us to pass on to you in order for you to get in there quick and get that Christmas shopping done. Thank you once again. And yes, so fellas, oh, one on the phone. Bye bye everybody. Beautiful.